Let me see if I can figure this out. God, this is... Oh, this says go live. What do you mean go live? Oh, good Lord. Did that really do that? YouTube not receiving a video? Alright, let me ask y'all something. Did this just now go live? Because I had my... Oh, boy. And it looks frozen, too. Oh, now you guys see me. I've been talking this whole time. And, okay, there it goes. All right. Hi there. So I've been on here for about 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes, talking and apparently, so here's what's happening right now, everybody. Here's what happened. I tried the new YouTube Studio beta today just to see if it actually works, and apparently you have to do a couple extra clicks than you used to do it the old way. So we're gonna start over. It's Wednesday, and you know what we do on Wednesdays? Well, we've been doing it Wednesday, but we're doing it now. We're going back to it. We are going to have a Jussie update today, but first I'm gonna play the intro because nothing else is going right, so let's just play the intro again, okay? I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, Dawg Knight. Stop the music. You know what? So sometimes when you try new things, you don't always get it right the first time. And so I'm going to learn. I'm actually going to learn how to use this new system that they're put together. But clearly everyone can see me and hear me talking. So let's just start over. You know, it's Wednesday. It's Jussie Update Wednesday. We haven't done a Jussie Update for a while, but I do have a couple new things going on. But first, we're going to say hi to everybody in the chat. Good morning, Maddie, who's got the first. You get the bell. There you go. And good morning, Jason Burns, Necroso Collins, RVA, Sarah, Duck Dog, and there's Seamus Derby. Good morning. And did I say Jason Burns already? Max Del Rio. I think I got everybody who's here so far. Rolling Bear, how you doing? Welcome to the show. All right, so like I was saying, we do have a Jussie update. Okay, there's something going on in the background there. That's Lady Boomer's on a phone call, so I don't know if you can hear that, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. All right, let's just get right into it because I've already done some of this, but we're going to start again. So, all right. I mean, I'm in focus too. Well, yeah, I'm not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, so you'll experience some whatever. It's not going to be perfect today, but that's haven't gotten all the stuff that I'm adding to this computer that'll help with that. So we'll just go from there. So first, let's get into the Jussie update, though. Now this is from last week, but I didn't do a Jussie update last week, so let's just do this anyway. Apparently, Jussie Smollett walked past the Asenderos before the attack, yet there was no violence. Apparently, there's a video from TMZ showing that the Jussie Smollett was walking along the street. The Asenderos were walking along the street there. Here's an update. Oh, there's an update, though. Jussie's camp says that the new footage is edited together and doesn't have a timestamp. They point out at no time do you see them on camera passing each other. Oh, okay. Here's longer unedited footage from the loading dock. It shows what appears to be the brother walked by, and after 27 seconds, Jussie strolls by from the other direction on the same sidewalk. Okay, let's just go into this. Jussie Smollett and the Osundairo brothers had multiple close encounters, all caught on camera before the alleged attack went down, but the outcome of these encounters is puzzling. The video, first found by Matt Finn of Fox News, shows the icy street near Jesse's apartment building sometime in the hour prior to the 2 a.m. attack on January 29th. First, the brothers are seen walking side by side down the street. At one point, they pass under a street light, and you can see one of them wearing a red hat. A short while later, Jesse is seen walking in the opposite direction, north on the same block, heading in the direction of the Subway restaurant. For some reason, he's walking down the middle of the street and not on the sidewalk. There is no one else seen on the street at all. There's also video captured in the loading dock that shows the brothers walking past, and then 25 seconds later, Jesse walks past the same loading dock, but again, he's heading in the opposite direction, with no one else on the street. It's virtually impossible the three men didn't see each other. Now, so we already know that. Oh, sounds like Charlie Brown adults. No, it's on a. She's on a speakerphone call on her phone in the kitchen over here, just right over there. So that's why it sounds like that. What's strange is if Abel and Ola Osundaira intended to legitimately attack Jesse, they had at least 2 opportunities prior to 2 a.m. Why would they wait and wander the streets on the night when the temperature was around hovering or just above zero? The Osundaira attorney told Fox News that the brothers had arrived early, and the video shows them milling around, killing time before the hoax attack was allegedly planned to happen. So it sounds like P-Dog's in an airport. Hold on, I'm gonna mute this for a second. Give me just 1 second here. In fact, we're gonna just stand by for just a few seconds here. I'm gonna say goodbye to Lady Boomer here. Just a second. All right, now the air traffic controllers have left the building. We can get back into the stream. Hey, good morning, Cynical Lindsay and Pencalo. Nice to see ya. Just read a Florida man story that makes me queasy. I don't know if I want to see her that one. So anyway, yeah, then there's the pictures of the Osundaira brothers. Here, I'll put that back on the screen. They're pictures of them buying the red hats before the ski masks before the attack. So anyway, there's a couple other things on this going on. Also, this is just as of yesterday. Well, this is an article from yesterday. Jesse Smollett referred to the African Osundaira brothers as black as sin and bought drugs from them. We've heard this story a little bit, but what the hell? Chicago police released nearly 500 documents related to the Jesse Smollett case, and more details are trickling out. According to the court records, Jesse was shown 2 photos by police, one which he identifies as his trainer, his friend, and an extra on Empire. The document states, victim, name redacted, realized that the photos he viewed were of the persons that were in custody at this time. Victim, name redacted, said it can't be them. They're black as sin. Black as sin? What? Hey, Johnny Hellcat. Jesse then told police he had good relations with the brothers, saying they are straight, so we don't have any problems with women or men. They did not owe me any money. I do not owe them any money. We have a good relationship. The texts were among the 460 pages released by Cook County State's Attorney Office and the Chicago Police Department Thursday after a judge ordered the Smollett case filed unsealed last week. The document shows that Smollett initially communicated with Ambibola Abel, and Alabinjo, Ola, El Sendero, about buying marijuana, cocaine, and ecstasy before enlisting them to stage the alleged attack on January 29th. The brothers later told Chicago police that Smollett paid them to stage the attack on him. It was found during the review of these text records that on various occasions Smollett would request that redacted procure items for Smollett, which Smollett described as weed, Molly, or Whitney, which the case reports was familiar with being slang for cannabis and controlled substances, the documents read. In particular, weed is slang for cannabis, Molly is slang for ecstasy, and Whitney is slang for cocaine. So we kind of heard some of that, it's whatever. All right, there's one other that all right, we already know they were at the scene. We saw that. This is interesting though. On another part of the case, the Chicago police commander under investigation after leading the Indiana State Police on a high-speed chase. Unfortunately, this is the police commander that was supposed to be part of the Jussie Smollett investigation. A high-ranking Chicago police commander who is also the head of the Jussie Smollett investigation has been reassigned and is the target of an internal investigation after leading Indiana State Police on a high-speed chase last month. Detective Commander Edward Wodnicki caught the attention of an Indiana State Police trooper while driving on I-94 through Chesterton, Indiana, with his sirens and blue lights running. Oh, goodness. So here's this Brad Edger tweet. Tonight, CPD's head of detectives, who helmed the Jussie Smollett investigation, has been transferred out, in part due to a recent traffic incident in Indiana where he was clocked at going 114 miles per hour and stop strips were deployed. White male driver, and he's not stopping. He's on his cell phone. I don't know why he would be running blue lights in Indiana, an officer said over the police radio. I'm trying to catch up with the black vehicle running firefighter blue and white lights, said one of the responding officers, attempting to pull Wodnicki over. The ISP trooper attempted to pull Wodnicki over on I-94 westbound near mile marker 26 on June 12th, just before 8 p.m. So that's just 26 miles from the Illinois border. However, the veteran commander allegedly refused to stop and kept driving. ISP troopers chasing Wodnicki clocked him driving over 100 miles an hour. I got a pace on of 114 miles per hour in the left lane, an officer said. We're going ahead and probably spike strip him right here. He's not stopping here. Eventually, Wodnicki came to a stop just before running his Ford Fusion police vehicle over the stop strips. According to ISP records, Wodnicki identified himself as a Chicago police officer and told the responding troopers that he was heading to his office in Chicago. Can you have a supervisor come to the scene? This is a Chicago cop, said the Indiana State Police trooper over the police radio. So they're investigating why he was traveling such a high speed. Who knows? I have no idea. Now, real quick, again, I'm using a different version. I'm using the new beta version of YouTube. So I guess apparently looks like it's running pretty good. If you happen to notice any problems with the stream, let me know. I still haven't upgraded this computer. I'm still waiting for a RAM card to come in, and possibly if that doesn't smooth things up for future streams, I will also try to add. I may have to add a new graphics card that'll run it faster, but hopefully everything will work there. I don't know why I'm showing you this. Let's fix that. So today, as you can see, I'm in my my tie-dye shirt today. This is an old restaurant chain, a restaurateur. His name was Howie G. Howard Goldberg, who was a great restaurateur in the Twin Cities area, had a couple really nice restaurants. So wearing this in his memory. He passed away several years ago, but very good restaurateur here in the Twin Cities. All right, so enough of Jussie today. Now, here's an interesting story. Now, I do have a bunch of headlines, and we're going to do Twitter trends and whatnot. But here is an interesting story concerning the Russia investigation. Now, supposedly, here, let me click this off here. I gotta get off my screen. All right, I don't want that on the screen. Apparently, Andrew McCabe, if you're familiar with Andrew McCabe was the associate director of the FBI. And he got fired just before his pension went into a different level of pension. He's still getting a pension from the FBI, but apparently had he worked like 5 more days, his pension would have been much higher. Okay. Oh, by the way, I do have my cup of reparations coffee. It is delicious. Actually, this is it's my have a nice day cup of reparations coffee. I don't know why I laugh at that now that I see it in my screen. Someone gave me that, and it was a funny cup. I'm not flipping you off. I am not flipping you off. You, my audience, are fantastic. I couldn't be happier with you guys. So just, but anyway, all right. So let's get into Andrew McCabe and this little FBI thing, because apparently, you know about that little Steele dossier that, supposedly that Trump had colluded with the Russians, and there was a thing about him with the hookers peeing on the bed that Obama went in and stuff. Basically figured out that about 90% of it was bullshit. But that is the document that when this President Trump came into the Oval Office and they were sitting there with Obama and James Comey brought this document, said, hey, you should probably know about this. It was a shot across the bow because, Sarah, I just saw your fingers there. So anyway, apparently the FBI knew that the Steele dossier was crap. And so this article in The Hill I just saw this article. What's the date on this article? I don't see the date. But anyway, it's the hottest article on The Hill right now. FBI spreadsheet puts a stake through the heart of the Steele dossier. Some in the news media have tried in recent days to rekindle their long-lost love affair with former MI6 agent Christopher Steele and his now infamous dossier. The main trigger was a lengthy interview in June with the Department of Justice Inspector General, which some news outlets suggested meant U.S. officials have found Steele, the former Hillary Clinton-backed political muckraker, to be believable. I think, just a little aside here, the interview went so long because Steele knows that he's about to get thrown under the bus. And so I think Steele came clean. The big thing was they were saying he was credible. Well, credible in what way? There's people still hoping that something will come of this Russian investigation. I think we're going to find out that the true people who colluded with the Russians wasn't the Trump campaign. But let me continue. Investigators ultimately found Steele's testimony credible and even surprising Politico crowed. The Washington Post went even further, suggesting Steele's assistant to the Inspector General might undermine Trump world's alt narrative that the Russia collusion investigation was flawed. For sure, Steele may have valuable information to aid Justice's internal affairs probe into misconduct during the 2016 Russian election probe. His dossier alleging a conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Moscow ultimately was disproven, but not before his intelligence was used to secure a surveillance warrant targeting the Trump campaign in the final days of the 2016 election. Now, a lot of people try to dispute that. Oh, no, the Steele dossier had nothing to do with the investigation. It was all about the Papadopoulos meetings and Carter Page, who Carter Page has still yet to be charged with anything. Investigators are trying to ascertain what the British intelligence operative told the FBI about his sources, his relation to the Democratic Party, and the Clinton campaign, his hatred for Donald Trump, his election day deadline to get his information public, and his leaking to media outlets before agents used his dossier to justify a Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act warrant. That'd be the FISA warrant. To spy on ex-Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. There is evidence that Steele told the DOJ in July. There's evidence Steele told the DOJ in July and the State Department in October about all of these flaws in his work, and that the state officials even detected blatant inaccuracies in his intelligence. Well, we already know that. One of the main ones was the Steele dossier was talking about the Russian consulate in Miami. There is no Russian consulate in Miami. Let's see. If so, all of that information should have been flagged by the FBI as potentially derogatory information, weighing against Steele's use as a source for the FISA warrant. But lest anyone be tempted to think that Steele's 2016 dossier is about to be mysteriously revived as credible, consider this. Over a month's of work, FBI agents painstakingly researched every claim Steele made about Trump's possible collusion with Russia and assembled their findings into a spreadsheet-like document. The over-under isn't flattering to Steele. Multiple sources familiar with the FBI spreadsheet tell me that the vast majority of Steele's claims were deemed to be wrong or could not be corroborated, even with the most awesome tools available to the U.S. intelligence community. One source estimated the spreadsheet found upward of 90% of the dossier's claims to be either wrong, non-verifiable, or open-source intelligence found with a Google search. In other words, it was mostly useless. The spreadsheet was a sea of blanks, meaning the most claims could not be corroborated, and those things that were found in classified intelligence suggested Steele's intelligence was partly or totally inaccurate on several claims. One source said the FBI declined to comment when asked about the spreadsheet. But here's the thing. Now I'm gonna move down because wait a minute. Oh, wait. The FBI's final assessment was driven by many findings contained in classified footnotes at the bottom of the spreadsheet. But it was also informed by the agent's interview early in 2017. In 2017? You mean that thing that they knew was... They knew in 2017 that 90% of this supposed dossier was false? Goodness gracious. That's over 2 years ago. They've known this for a long time. The FBI came to suspect that that was a mistake. What the hell happened there? That just out of the blue. I didn't click anything. But because it's still the most popular story, it's easy to find. It's been the number one story for a couple days. Here, let's get rid of that. All right. Let's see here. The FBI came to suspect that the Russians, probably Russians, whoever the Russian. Oh, I see. But it was also informed by an agent's interview in early 2017 with a Russian that Steele claimed was one of his main providers of intelligence, according to the sources. The FBI came to suspect that the Russian misled Steele either intentionally or through exaggeration, the sources said. The spreadsheet and a subsequent report by Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller show just how far off the seminal claims in the Steele dossier turned out to be. So anyway, they had no evidence that Carter Page, during a trip to Moscow in July 2016, secretly met with two associates of Vladimir Putin. There's all kinds of things. Anyway, there's a whole list. If you want to see the rest of this article, this is a good one. But it's... Everything in that, everything seems to be falling apart for people who want that Russia thing to be true. So, enough of that. Let's see what's happening. I got to check the chat here. Okay, where's this story? I'm gonna go look for this story now because y'all are talking about it in the chat. I see all kinds of notifications here. Just someone. Oh, by the way, thank you, Necrosol, Sarah, Marsupial Gamer. Who else? Angel Tibbs, Rolling Bear, um, and everyone who's retweeting the chat today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that because, the Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. And if you share and like and do all that stuff that everyone asks you to do, that helps me grow the channel and it makes the chat more fun, right? I'm just saying, it just does. So yeah, if y'all can make sure that you share this with people and make sure they know we're on. And then also we do super chats through the Streamlabs link down below. If you want to do super chat, we don't have YouTube super chats, but we do them with Streamlabs, and that link is in the description below. And also, occasionally Sarah throws that in the chat too, so you can find it in there. And also that's where I do donations. So if you're interested in doing that, that's great. But I don't chill that much. The one that Sarah you were talking about, don't do it. Okay, hang on. Now you got me thinking here. You said it's in the MITA or Monkey in the Morning? Okay. I'm going to judge for myself. Let's see. Who put it in there? Oh, the Florida Man story? Oh, no. Sarah. Oh, Sarah. Florida man tied up wife's lover, cut off genitals with what? What did he cut it off with? Oh, do I really with scissors? Oh my gosh. This is some Game of Thrones shit. Oh my God. Authorities say a Florida man held his wife, lover at gunpoint, cut off the man's penis, and fled with it. Sir, why are you running down the street with a penis in your hand? News outlets report that 49-year-old Alex Bonilla was arrested hours later on charges including aggravated assault. That'd be aggravated assault and battery. A Gilchrist County Sheriff's Office released a statement Tuesday that said Bonilla broke into his neighbor's home on Sunday, tied the neighbor up, and mutilated his genitals with scissors. Oh, my God. Deputies with scissors. Oh, my gosh. He's running with scissors and a penis. Deputies say the victim told authorities that Bonilla then took the severed penis and fled across the street into his own house. The arrest report says Bonilla caught his wife and the victim having sex in May. Oh, the victim was hospitalized? The victim was hospitalized? Do you think? Oh, my gosh. Woo! Is that a penis in your hand, or are you glad to see me? Oh my gosh. Why did I click? Why did I click that? All right, let's just check out the headlines here. Pandemonium overtakes the House as Nancy Pelosi violates the chamber's rules. If you were paying attention yesterday, in the House of Representatives, they decided they were going to, I don't know if the word censure. They were going to make a resolution against the president based on his tweet the other day. Pandemonium overtakes the House. Nancy Pelosi violates chamber rules. Trump rebuke backfires. I don't know if it backfired. Well, it backfired, I guess, in the sense that now they're all backing the squad who just are still... they are questionable people. I'll just be kind. Pandemonium overtook the floor of the House of Representatives on Tuesday afternoon and early evening as Democrat-led effort to rebuke President Donald Trump over his criticism of socialist lawmakers backfired badly, with the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi violating the rules of the chamber. Amid the chaos which undercut the Democrats' message, the Democrats charged with running literally abandoned control of the House floor for a moment, something aides say they have never seen before and are unsure if it's ever happened in history. All as the Democratic Party struggled for hours with how to handle clear violations of House rules by the Speaker Pelosi. They ended up voting that, and it's funny because it was a parliamentary a parliamentary procedure issue. And first, Pelosi, it was in the middle of her speech, and she just left. She literally left the chamber. And then the person who was the acting chair of the floor, he was from Missouri, I think. I can't think of his name. But then when they're going to do this parliamentary vote, he basically left the chair, and just nobody was there. Then they eventually voted on it, and the Democrats all voted that she didn't break the rules, even though she did. It was just nuts. This account of what happened on the floor comes from interviews with members and staff present on the House floor during these procedures, and from conversations with others in touch with officials present at the Democrats' big anti-Trump raid was rained out by all the craziness. It was the first time since the mid-1980s that a sitting House Speaker was successfully challenged like this on the House floor, when then backbencher Representative Newt Gingrich, who would years later become Speaker, challenged then Speaker Tip O'Neill. So what happened? Members were on the floor debating a resolution condemning Trump for his tweets about the so-called squad. You know who those are. And then what happened? We don't need the tweets. The tweets caused a firestorm in the media and in the American politics, leading to a Monday evening press conference where the squad responded to Trump. You've probably all seen that. Pelosi, the Democratic Speaker, who had been battling with members of the squad before Trump's tweets, as Democrats even leaked internal polling data to Axios showing how toxic Ocasio-Cortez and Omar are to swing voters, and came out swinging behind them against Trump, blasting the president who had unified Pelosi in a radical socialist left wing. This is opinion piece, obviously. Left wing of her conference, once and for all. But that wasn't enough of a response for House Democrats, who then planned a vote on a resolution on the House floor on Tuesday to bash Trump even more and officially label him racist. The resolution rolled out early Tuesday officially called the tweets racist. Trump tweeted back, blah, blah, blah. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and several House Democrats backed Trump up. Let's get to the story. Come on. Man, Breitbart just threw too many tweets in there. Then later on Tuesday afternoon, as Democrats took up the resolution on the floor of the House and began debate, pandemonium ensued. The sitting Speaker of the House, Pelosi, joined the debate on the floor on the part of the Democrats and launched into a tirade in which she accused the president of having made racist remarks. House rules in place since the days of former President Thomas Jefferson, who served in the U.S. House of Representatives before he was elected as the third president of the United States, preclude members from calling the president of the United States racist. As such, House Judiciary Committee ranking member Representative Doug Collins, who was leading the GOP side of the debate on the floor, jumped up to challenge Pelosi's comments. Specifically, the House rules preclude anyone from calling the president a racist. On the floor. So let's see. So here's the rules. Reference to racial or other discrimination on the part of the president are not in order. As such, remarks may not refer to the president as a racist. Okay, I don't know. At first, Collins offered her... there's a precedent for this. At first, Collins offered her the ability to change her remarks, including the claim that Trump made racist comments, without a formal challenging using House rules. She declined, claiming she had cleared her commentary with the House parliamentarian before giving the remarks. But that turned out to be untrue. Collins then made a formal inquiry into whether Pelosi violated the rules of the House, and the business of the U.S. House of Representatives came to a halt for a pause that ended up lasting more than 2 hours due to a number of hiccups for Democrats over the House inquiry. I didn't realize. I saw a report on this, and I didn't realize it took over 2 hours for them to get through this. While lawmakers huddled with the parliamentarian and House officials to question whether Pelosi's comments violated the House rules, a senior congressional aide on the House floor at the time told Breitbart News that Democratic members of the House were yelling to their colleagues that the rules of the House were irrelevant. Their members were openly yelling to ignore the guidance of the parliamentarian, an aide said. "They're not your boss," an aide said The aide said one Democrat was shouting about the parliamentarians. They're just advisors. So, I didn't realize it went that bad. The process ended up taking more than 2 hours, an unusually long time that severely cut into Democrats' hope of a big unified message with the passage of their Trump rebuking resolution. Pelosi, meanwhile, had left the floor of the House to head over to the U.S. State Department's Religious Freedom Ministerial, where she delivered a stinging rebuke of the Chinese Communist Party handling of Uyghur Muslims held in camps in China. But the fact that she left the floor of the House while the parliamentarians were determining whether her remarks were in order was itself another violation of House rules. Oh boy. As the bedlam ensued, the Democrat Speaker pro tempore, Representative Emanuel Cleaver, abandoned the chair, something sources present on the floor, many of whom have worked in the House for many years, told Breitbart News they are unsure has ever happened before in U.S. history. The fact that Speaker pro tempore Cleaver refused to read the parliamentary guidance and abandoned the chair was extraordinary, one senior congressional aide who was on the floor for the proceedings told Breitbart News of Cleaver abandoning the chair. I have never seen that before. It may never have happened in U.S. history until now, when Pelosi violated the rules of the House. No one here can ever recall that happening before, the aide added. Politico's Jake Sherman called it unprecedented. Great, Jake Sherman, thank you. Cleaver, sources familiar say, had abandoned the floor when the parliamentarian asked him to read a paper confirming that Pelosi had in fact violated House rules by calling Trump's tweets racist, and then proceeded to call 2 votes to the floor to clean up her mess before eventually proceeding to the anti-Trump resolution. So they ended up voting on whether they voted. So instead of taking the parliamentarians' advice, which she clearly broke the rules based on precedent, they took a vote. The Democrats voted that she didn't break the rules. Then they went ahead and voted on the resolution, which also ended up passing, but it did make it basically turned into a food fight. So pretty amazing there. Let's see. Yeah, there's so Cynical Lindsay, good point. There's so much that the Dems could have accomplished in the House. But what do they do? Rally over a goddamn tweet that, yes, that'll sure look swell for their re-election campaign. Well, here's the other thing, too. Now, the polls that their own internal polls are showing that particularly the squad is very unpopular in the rest of the country. Yes, they have a bunch of people on Twitter that follow them that love them. The super progressive left love them, but a vast majority of the country doesn't like them, and Ocasio-Cortez is not even popular in her own district. She is ripe for a challenge and a sit down, but it just is what it is, man. And so now you've got all the Democrats rallying behind 4 people that the rest of the country can't stand. It can't go well for them. And not that I care. I don't want it to go well for them. So now some other headlines. Dems rally around anti-American Jew-hating squad with anti-Trump House resolution. GOP releases and then the GOP has a new campaign ad against the squad. Let's see if we can show that real quick. Here's one. Let's pop this on the screen. Let's see.
Is taking over the internet.
Now, I'm running for Congress.
The Hill reports a campaign ad for retired Air Force Colonel Kim Olson, who's launched a bid for the House in Texas, is taking over the internet. Here's the ad.
Just when I thought my deployment days were over, 9/11 happened, when an airplane exploded into the Pentagon just around the corner from me. I was sent to the front lines of Iraq to rebuild. I gotta tell you, it was a cluster. There was no reconstruction plan, no political foresight. Our government couldn't even pay the security detail protecting Americans. The warrior in me did what I had to do to get the security team paid and save lives. For that, I was reprimanded. But I took full responsibility because I'm an accountable, no-excuse leader, and when it comes to saving lives, it's a decision I would make again. I returned to the Pentagon, where another battle awaited me, investigating sexual misconduct in our ranks, then modernizing the Air Force's policy on sexual assault. So many of us knew how bad it was and that it had to be fixed. After 25 years, I retired honorably as a full colonel and came home to Texas, where I was recruited and served in the Texas State Guard, helping families in need. But we soon discovered there were Texas veterans in need. So another battle arose. Even though we had fought to open the doors for women to serve in combat, other doors were still closed when they came home.
I will get a strike for this.
After multiple combat deployments, women faced staggering suicide rates, unemployment, and homelessness. Women who went to war to protect American streets were now living on them with their children because there was nowhere safe to go and no one to turn to. So I helped start and create Grace After Fire, a nonprofit that took on the VA and state government to get our veterans and their families the care they deserve. We helped thousands of veterans get back up on their feet. Our work got me inducted into the Texas Women's Hall of Fame. It was humbling to see my portrait next to all those trailblazers who fought battles of their own. Now, I'm running for Congress because this president is attacking everything we fought for over the years. We didn't choose this battle. It chose us. And if you believe it's a battle worth fighting, be a warrior. Join us.
Many have been incredibly moved and energized by the ad, including one person who tweeted, "I want to vote for her, and I'm an Aussie."
Okay, that's not the ad we're talking about.
I'm Robert Foster.
Hang on.
A GOP candidate.
All right, hold on. The video starts with showing, okay, where's the ad that they're talking about? Here it is.
For the Mississippi governorship reportedly denied a Mississippi Today reporter access to his campaign because she's...
Hang on. Here's the ad. This is the Republican.
Is as fascist as you have.
The United States is running concentration camps on our southern border. Never again means something.
If this organization is as fascist as you have called it,
I've said it's fascist.
and you have said it's fascist, then why don't you adopt the stance to eliminate it?
Your colleague who was at the border with you compared the facilities to a concentration camp. Do you agree with that comparison? Absolutely.
You will see the lights, and if you don't, we will bring the fire.
A car in the parking lot was torched, and investigators say the suspect threw flares at a propane tank, trying to make it explode.
They took down an American flag and a Colorado state flag, and instead, as you see in some of this video, they raised a Mexican flag.
We are learning new details about the man who threw explosive devices at an immigration detention center in Tacoma, Washington.
Will you condemn Antifa for attacking an ICE facility? Will you condemn the Antifa attack in Washington over the weekend? Will you condemn Antifa for the attack in Washington?
Yeah. Speaking of anarchy, now I was gonna go into headlines. I don't know if it's even in my headlines today. But guess who's back? Guess who's back? Wait, where is wait, does he spell his name different? Sean King. Where is good old does he spell his name wrong? Different? Mr. Sean King. Speaking of that Antifa attack, the guy we talked about yesterday who attacked the facility in Washington. Now, why isn't he showing up here? Hang on. Let's see if I can do it this way. Hang on. Oh, why can't we find him? He should be. I'm surprised he's not trending today. He might even be trending today, now that I think about it. Maybe not. Here, let's go here. We'll try this. Give me a second here. So yeah, the armed Antifa militant who targeted an ICE facility with firebombs is now being honored as a hero and a martyr. Seattle Antifa Action issued a statement urging people to use his death as a call for direct action. This is insanity. Because, here we go. So Sean King puts out a tweet saying, Willem von Sponson just became the first martyr attempting to liberate imprisoned refugees from a for-profit detention center in Tacoma, Washington. His hero was John Brown, the white abolitionist who led the raids in Harper's Ferry in 1859. This is what our country has come to. And then this is where Will was murdered this weekend. Wait a minute. Murdered? Just the fact that he uses the word murdered is insanity. The guy was attacking a facility, throwing Molotov cocktails or firebombs or whatever you want to call them. He damaged vehicles, torched one vehicle, was throwing Molotov cocktails at a propane tank trying to set off a fire, and was shot in the process while he was carrying homemade guns. Sean King. This is where Willem was murdered this weekend. His actions will be called terrorism, which they are. People will call him crazy, maybe, but neither are true. His mind was very clear. He is now arm in arm with John Brown. Get the fuck out of here. These camps must be shut down. Now that's your opinion about the camps. Let's remember that these people are staying in those camps because they chose that instead of leaving the country. These are holding facilities where they have the ability to leave the country. How about someone being called racist by someone who thinks domestic terrorist is a martyr? Is that better? The left's rules confuse me. Yeah, it's insanity. And he's being praised as a martyr. Sean King has over 1 million followers. Can you imagine? So Sean, and let's go back to Sean King's Twitter. That's what I was looking for. SHAUN King. Now, I'm fortunately not blocked by him yet. It's coming because I'm going to tweet back at him one of these days. So he said, this is a guy with 1 million followers. History taught us that concentration camps should be liberated. We cannot and should not wait till 2020 with the hope that we defeat Trump to free these children. We should liberate them now by any means necessary. Here's his article at The Intercept. He's calling, this is a call to action to violence. Yes, we do have concentration camps. Began the stinging critique of the Trump administration's immigration detention facilities. It was written earlier this week by the editorial board of the Salt Lake Tribune in the reliably conservative state of Utah. Yeah, that doesn't mean the Salt Lake Tribune is conservative, you morons. Andrew Pritzker, author of the definitive book on the global history of concentration camps, also agrees. So blah, blah, blah. Look. Concentration camps are people who would be your own citizens that you involuntarily remove and put them in camps. These are facilities where people are awaiting a process. And they choose to await a process, so they end up going into these detention facilities because they broke our laws and crossed our border in an illegal manner when there is a legal method of, even the ones that say they're supposed to be applying for asylum, there's a method for that. which they have not done. Now, do I feel bad for these people? Sure. But their options were either to return from whence they came or await the process in these facilities. Now, they're coming in by the thousands at a time. So if you overload a system, then processing people through that system is going to take longer than you would imagine. Holy God. 7 children have died in U.S. immigration custody or shortly after being released. Out of how many? Out of thousands and thousands of kids that are coming here, 30% of them are with people that they're not even related to. And then another 30 to 40% of them are kids who are coming here who were sent by their parents alone. Oh my God. Why can't you see that the problem is we are encouraging this by telling people, okay, well, if you bring kids, we're gonna let you come in. As many pointed out, we need to remember exactly how and why the teenage diarist Anne Frank actually died. She was not gassed to death at a Nazi death camp. Instead, she died of neglect, malnutrition, and disease. It is believed that she and her sister Margaret contracted and died from typhus. Okay, she was no more than a skeleton. These people are being fed. They're oh my God. They're the concentration camps were work camps designed for labor. They weren't fed. They were set up as gas chambers. They're said to be killed. We're not intentionally killing people. We're not. This makes me sick that they treat this as though this is something that we want. There are people who are. They have some kind of hope that they're going to be able to get through this process, so they stay. And he says, I swear, I'm not trying to be inflammatory. I don't mean this as a threat of violence or physical force. What does that mean? What do you mean that you don't, you're torture facilities. Who are we torturing? Give me an example of who we're torturing. For all the years that we've read or heard about concentration camps in other countries under other regimes, I don't think many of us fully considered what we would do if such camps were built and operated in our nation. Let's remember when these were built, Sean King. Let's remember when they were built. Most facilities are way more than 3 years old. Let's just put it that way. And have been run for way more than 3 years. I don't mean this as a threat of violence or physical force, but I thought that concentration camps were supposed to be liberated. I thought kids being held against their will in such atrocious conditions were supposed to be rescued. I don't know what that kind of rescue would look like in present-day terms, but I know this much. My soul is uncomfortable with where we are. It seems like our game plan is focused on defeating Trump and in the meantime sue the administration until it incrementally agrees to start allowing kids to brush their teeth. You know, this line about the brushing their teeth is a complete line of bullshit. So he puts up this New York Times article, lawyer draws outrage for defending lack of toothbrushes in border detention. Am I going to be able to see this article or not? Okay, I'm good. I haven't had too many articles this month. Let's read this. She's received death threats on Twitter. Someone posted her work phone number, and someone else announced that her room in hell is ready. Howard Dean, the former governor of Vermont Democratic presidential candidate, says she needs to be fired and prevented from ever holding another government job. Her name is Sarah B. Fabian, the Justice Department lawyer who has been somewhat anonymous foot soldier in the Trump administration's legal battles over immigration. Until last week, that is, when a courtroom video went viral of Ms. Fabian suggesting that the federal government may not be required to provide soap, toothbrushes, or beds for detained migrant children. Ms. Fabian appeared before the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit in San Francisco in a case about how the federal government is legally obligated to treat migrant children who are in custody. At that hearing, Ms. Fabian tried to parse the meaning of safe and sanitary conditions, the standard established by the settlement agreement that determines the government's handling of migrant children who are being held in detention. Now, she's talking about, well, let's talk about what she's talking about. Notice in this article, now I'm reading this, I'm just going to skim through this article and see if they explain what she is actually talking about. And they're doing a whole biography on her, telling where she grew up and what law firm she is. So the New York Times is exactly probably exacerbating the death threats. Not a guy, look at this. None of this talks about, let's see. Ms. Fabian is largely behind-the-scenes players defending the Trump administration's immigration policies in court, a lawyer for the Justice Department's Office of Immigration Litigation. She has argued in courts across the country in federal immigration cases. In 2016, Ms. Fabian defended the government in a lawsuit challenging conditions in Border Patrol detention centers in the agency's Tucson sector. What year was that? What year? 2016. Ms. Fabian defended the government in a lawsuit challenging conditions in a Border Patrol detention centers. Who was president in 2016? Huh? They finally come down to that. And this case that she was talking about, let's click on a link to that case. At the hearing, let's see if they even mention about this. Is this a New York Times article too? No, this is okay. So this is a hearing.
Welcome to the Ninth Circuit.
A hearing from June 18th, right? Let's see if they have the description. Okay, the government appeals district court's judgment orders enforcing and amending the 1997 Flores Settlement Agreement, which addresses the treatment of minors in custody in Department of Homeland Security. Okay, this is a case. Okay, let me just explain what this case is from, because this is amazing. They don't tell you what the case is. Let's see if at the hearing. Let's see what this link is. Okay, this was not this was not about a case during the Trump administration. Let's just put it that. Let me just tell you that. She was defending a case from 2015 where, oh my God. Then they link, read how migrant children were being treated at a Border Patrol facility in Flint, Texas. That's the same link, isn't it? Yeah. What year is that from? Okay, that article is from June 21, but what's the date of the... Okay, this is amazing. It's amazing. From 19... So, anyway, she was defending the Obama administration in this hearing in the Ninth Circuit. And the question was about something that happened during the Obama administration, not the current administration. Holy shit, this makes me mad. But anyway, all right, let's get back to this, because Sean King linked that bullshit. Oh my God. And then Carlos Maza. He retweets Carlos Maza. Let's look at the rest of this thread by Sean King. Oh my God. As experts, doctors, historians, and congressmen would declare that these prisons are modern day concentration camps. You fucking dickhead. People have asked me if I'm calling for violence to rescue these children. I'm calling for intervention. I'm calling for expedited response. I'm calling for something more than crossing our fingers that Trump is defeated. No, you're calling for violence because you are making a hero out of this jackass who decided to attack a facility with firebombs and his homemade rifles. That's what you're doing, you lying piece of crap. Can we get an early FTG for Sean King, please? Asshole. But yeah, you know what? Be like the martyr. Be like von Wilhelm, or whatever the hell is, Willem, whatever his name is. Let's just clear up the gene pool. Ugh! Just makes me mad. Let's see, other things happen. You know what, let's you know what, I'm running out of time, so let's get into Twitter trends real quick, because can't do it. Just can't do it. Gotta be prudent. Gotta be, stupid. Yeah. He's, you know, it's funny. The best comment I heard about that, never follow someone into war who demands that you go first. You know, how about that? How about that? All right, looking at getting into Twitter today. Let's see what's trending on Twitter. Let's find out what people are going to be talking about for the rest of the day. Let's just find it out. Okay. Number one trending on Twitter today. It's World Emoji Day. Woohoo! Who the bloody hell came up with this? World Emoji Day. Apple shows off 59 new emojis launching this. Oh my God. Is there really something called this? That will be launched this fall on the occasion of World Emoji Day. Apple showcased the images of its upcoming emojis, which should be launched across all products. Oh God. This is oh my God, who came up with World Emoji Day? Let's see what people are saying about World Emoji Day though. Let's just do. Hi everyone, how you doing? Meet the man whose life work is cataloging emoji. Oh my gosh. That's your life's work? Dude, you need to get a life. Are you kidding me? Language is undergoing perhaps one of its biggest ever shifts under the influence of strange yellow cartoons. One man has made it his mission to catalog and celebrate that fact all on one day. It's World Emoji Day, and it's largely the work of one man, Jeremy Burge, who works to catalog emoji as well as their history and meaning on his website Emojipedia. Oh my God! All right, they didn't put a link to it. Why wouldn't they put a link to Emojipedia? All right, I don't care. This guy's cracked. You can look that up yourself. Look up Emojipedia. Emojipedia. There you go. UFC World Emoji Day. Lots of people celebrating it though. Duke basketball. Oh, that's what? Oh. The most underrated dunk in Duke history. This is hilarious. Okay, that's funny. All right, that's funny. All right, let's move on because I don't care about World Emoji Day. I just don't. Sorry, I don't care about a World Emoji Day. El Chapo is trending number 2. El Chapo has been sentenced to life in prison by a U.S. court. The Mexican drug lord was convicted in February of crimes including trafficking, cocaine, heroin, and other drugs into the United States. He was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years at a New York court on Wednesday. Apparently, the United States is trying to seize his assets, too. He'll trend number 1 today, I think. Just in. Let's see. The New York Post article here. We'll just see the quick beginning of this. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman spoke publicly for the first time since his conviction on Wednesday, complaining to a judge that his incarceration at a Manhattan lockup has been absolute torture before being sent to life in prison plus 30 years. I've been forced to drink unsanitary water. I've been denied access to fresh air and sunlight. The only sunlight I have in my cell comes through the air vent, the 62-year-old convicted drug kingpin told Brooklyn federal judge Brian Cogan ahead of his sentencing. Can we all shed a tear for El Chapo, please? Yes, prison conditions are terrible, I'm sure. Guzman, whose lawyer Eduardo Bellarizo was translating for him, continued reading from a piece of paper. In order to sleep, I have to clog my ears with toilet paper because of the air from the air duct, he groused. My wife has not been allowed to this day to visit me. I have not been allowed a hug by my daughters. It has been physical and mental. Okay, let me get a little. Let me. This is also early. This is early. I know Thursday's tomorrow. However, I think El Chapo deserves a big fat FTG. Can I get a FTG in the chat for El Chapo? Good God. I'm sorry, sir. Your conditions will not get much better. Number 3, Wednesday wisdom. Let's find some wisdom for today because I need something. Here's some free Wednesday wisdom for the taking. What wise words are inspiring you this Wednesday? What? All right. This is something Maya Angelou wrote. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. I think that's a perfect Wednesday wisdom for today, and I'm going to leave it at that. Let's get to the next one. Thank you, Maya Angelou, for your I didn't see this. Ocasio-Cortez gets a new 2020 challenger, a Republican immigrant from Jamaica. Let's check this out. Sorry, I didn't see this. A Republican immigrant from Jamaica. Cherie Murray, a New York businesswoman who immigrated from Jamaica as a child and is active in state Republican politics, is launching a campaign Wednesday for the congressional seat held by Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Fox News has learned. In a phone interview, Murray, 38, confirmed her intention to run for the New York congressional seat as a Republican. Now, sorry, but I know there's probably not a chance in hell that this woman will win. I think what's going to happen is the Democrats are going to find a primary challenger for Ocasio-Cortez, and Ocasio-Cortez will be a one-term congresswoman, and then she will go and work full-time for Justice Democrats, trying to find places where they can, challenge other incumbent Democrats and try to, get more people like her voted in. But I do not think she will have a second term as congresswoman. Although, imagine, she's huge with the progressive set, and I guarantee you that she is going to be a fundraising juggernaut through her Twitter. I mean, she has millions of Twitter followers, so she's going to have a lot of money. But I just don't. She's not a popular person overall. Her fundraising is going to come from all over the country, from all the people who like her. So anyway, this woman says there's a crisis in Queens and it's called AOC. Murray told Fox News, and instead of focusing on us, she's focusing on being famous. Yeah, that's just it. She's I kind of chuckled because we were talking about Ice Bay yesterday, and I said, she got on Twitter and she has an Instagram account. She's natural at being the millennial online with her Twitter and Instagram. Well, that's what AOC is. She's a millennial, or so to speak, close to it. And she's just kind of a natural in social media. And she's really good at it, but I don't think people like her. That's the problem. So anyway, so Ocasio-Cortez will have a challenger. That's interesting. All right, moving on. Number 5 today. Number 4. National Hot Dog Day. Hot dog. I am ready for some National Hot Dog Day. The top tweets for National Hot Dog Day are: wake up, everyone. It's National Hot Dog Day. Cram in as many hot dogs in your mouth and celebrate, but no ketchup. Those are the rules. Now you look at this. This is awesome. Now, Goose Island Beer Company. Where is that? It's in Chicago. I was going to say, it has to be in Chicago. Look at this hot dog. That is a classic Chicago-style dog. Mustard, relish over here, sweet pickles, peppers, onions, tomato, with a what's it called? Vienna beef style hot dog, and a bun with what are those? Not sesame seeds. They're what are those called? Poppy seeds. A poppy seed bun. That is a beautiful classic Chicago style dog, and I'm telling you, they are delicious. They know how to throw up a hot dog in Chicagoland. Good morning, Diesel Dave. How you doing, brother? Yeah, that is a beautiful Chicago-style dog. There's a place here in the Twin Cities that does those. What's the place called? Chicago Taste Authority. It's a restaurant that a couple of dudes from Chicago, a couple Cubs fans that moved to the Twin Cities, and that is a great-looking hot dog. All right. It is National Hot Dog Day. What else we got? Ignorance is bliss. National Hot Dog Days. Hot dogs are like strippers. No one wants to know the backstory. Ain't that the truth? Because that's you get knuckles and assholes in a hot dog, but that's okay. They still taste good. National Hot Dog. Oh, that's weird. Suddenly I don't feel like a hot dog. National Hot Dog Day. All right, so enjoy National Hot Dog Day. No ketchup, please. Don't put ketchup on your hot dogs. That's a sacrilege. Unless you're 14 or younger, do not put ketchup on your hot dogs. I'm sorry. There's places you can get free hot dogs today too. In the USA Today, they're telling you places where you can get free hot dogs and deals on Wednesday. Hot dogs you can start grilling during the Memorial Day weekend, and Wednesday is the day to celebrate the processed meat treat. Okay, so, gosh, it's National Hot Dog Day and World Emoji Day on the same day. I can't handle it. It's just too big. All right, moving on. Let's get. All right, number 5 is Wednesday Thoughts, which we will skip. Trending number 6. Samuel, as in Kim Samuel. Who is Kim Samuel and why? All right. If I see a single person disrespect Samuel, his father, or his family, it's literally over for whoever does. This is not a time to joke around and say maybe if he no. What's going on? Okay. Okay, I don't know who Kim Samuel is, but apparently his father was killed at his home in Mexico. Kim Samuel's dad, owner of Family Motors Auto Group, Jose Arredondo, killed during a home invasion in Cabo. My deepest condolences toward you and your family. Stay strong, Samuel. You've been through lots of hardships, but always remember we are always here with you. I'm not even sure who Kim Samuel is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but he's trending. Is he part of one of these K-pop groups or something? Or I don't know. Yeah, apparently, I don't even know who Kim Samuel is, but apparently he's. That's sad. That's sad. Yeah, man. Never like stories like that, but our hearts go out to Kim Samuel. Eric Trump is trending 7 because something Trump always has to be in the top 10. When you see Eric Trump trending, you automatically know it's because his dumb ass said something stupid and untrue. Again, dumbest family in history. Well, thank you, Tanisha. What did Eric Trump say today? Oh, I'm Scott Dworkin. You know what? Okay, I found this interview on Eric Trump did in a Russian magazine where he says hotel sales very much count on the good demand from Russians, a bulk of buyers, a lot of Russians. We are also engaged in active negotiations related to our likely activities in Russia. Yeah, they were trying to build a hotel in Russia and it fell through, okay? No shit, they were trying to do business in Russia and it didn't happen. Let's see, what else are they talk? Okay, so why might he else be trending? Top news. Eric Trump supports father's message to AOC squad. If you don't love our country, leave. Okay, never heard that before. I never heard someone tell Rosie O'Donnell, hey, if you don't like the country, get the fuck out of here. Who else? Shut up. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. You know what? People were saying that when Obama was president. If you don't like it, you can always leave. Okay. Not something we've never heard before. So they wonder if it's about social. If you don't like, you can leave. Donald Trump is a real victim here. Just when you think you can't digress any further in that stupidity, they sent Eric Trump on Fox to claim that 95% of Americans is behind Trump on this message. Whatever. Okay, so see now they twisted it when Eric Trump supports his father by saying brown people are bad at hockey. What? Okay, hold on. Here's what he said. Watching the Democrats reminds me of Pee Wee hockey. Funny, makes zero sense, and they can't get out of their own way. AOC is the gift that keeps on giving, skating circles from the far left. Doesn't say anything about brown people playing hockey. You are a moron. Is that what? Oh my God. Done. No more Eric Trump. Let's go to the next one. I'm out of time. Let's go to the next one. Ricky Vicia. What is Ricky Vicia? I don't know, because people are writing in Spanish. Something Cuban. I don't know what. Okay, it's trending. But I don't care. I can't read it, so I'm not going to do it. Sorry. I apologize. Aisha's trending. Aisha Curry. Oh God. You know what? I get nervous whenever Aisha Curry trends. Aisha Curry is Steph Curry's wife, and she had that thing going on a while back talking about how she doesn't. I don't know. She wanted people to be thirsty for her, like people are thirsty for other women and whatever. I don't know what she was saying. Okay, what is she? Aisha, if you dunk in a game, I'll dance for you. Steph. Okay, misses the dunk. That's not why she can't. It can't be why she's trending. Aisha Curry's breeze, social media. Okay, y'all version of sex appeal is your fave having a fake ass, twerking on the internet all day. Leave Aisha alone. The hate y'all have for her is showing. Okay, whatever happened, people are dunking on Aisha Curry again. This generation has a large amount of mental illness. For years, y'all made viral posts saying you want a goofy, fun relationship with someone. Aisha and Steph Curry go and have that, but get dragged for 24/7. Make that sense. Why are they hating on her today? Anybody know? Aisha attempts to Millie Rock. Me? No. I swear y'all find something to hate Aisha. Why are they... Aisha really just want... Okay. Okay, well, I still haven't found out why. Super low key, but corny women like Aisha Curry are the best to wife up. I know. Y'all want them hot girls, but you know what else comes with that. Alright? Oh, I don't have a dog in the fight, but it looks like Aisha has lost y'all the hot girl summer.
Apparently, there's this song that's out right now by a girl group called City Girls, and I guess they want the nation to... What is hot girl summer?
Okay, I don't know. Okay, apparently she was dancing and people made fun of her. All right, I don't know. If I have to go through 40 tweets to figure out why she's trending, maybe that's too many. So sorry about that. Rasmussen, who's Rasmussen? Okay. The Rasmussen poll, mostly accurate predicting the 2000s. Okay, so Trump tweeted about Rasmussen, so Rasmussen is trending. Trump, new poll, the Rasmussen poll, one of the most accurate in predicting the 2016 election, has just announced that Trump numbers have recently gone up by 4 points to 50%. Thank you to the vicious young socialist congresswoman. American will never buy your act. He just... Oh my gosh. President iPhone, troll in chief, is at it again. And then so that nobody believes for a moment that Trump's approval rating is at 50%. Harassment might as well be paid for by the Republican National Committee. Just wait until the other polls come out. I think there will be a Charlottesville effect. Racism hurts his numbers. Okay. Roughly 50% of voters say racist charges against Trump politically motivated. Yeah, that doesn't shock me. Anyway, all right, enough of Rasmussen. Cuchillos, I don't know what that is. Sherry Monday. Oh, that's the Republican who's going to run against Ocasio-Cortez. Nick Saban. Uh-oh, what's going on with Nick Saban, the football coach extraordinaire? Description for who Nick Saban is on SEC Media Day are pure gold. I can't pick a favorite. Let's see. Nick Saban, not a fan of ripped jeans or walkers. Nick Saban got 0 in Mr. Helminski's music class because he wouldn't get up and sing. Nick Saban, player that guards him in basketball games must allow him to score. Nick Saban, only person kicked out of Saban's basketball league. Marty Smith. Only person to get kicked out of Saban's basketball league? Marty Smith. I don't know who that means. But anyway, people are making fun of Nick Saban. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Let's see if there's any good ones. Dinesh D'Souza too. And Chris Kobach. Okay, hang on. Luigi's Mansion 3, we're not going to do that. We'll do Dinesh and we'll do Kobach, and then we got to get out of here. Why is Dinesh? It has to be something Dinesh D'Souza said or did. Let's see. You mean, okay, like serving time in jail, like Dinesh D'Souza, whatever. Okay, here it is. A tired piece of windbaggery from a man who should be explaining why he's a proud member of the party of slavery, segregation, lynching. You may know it when you see it, buddy, but we know who actually did it. Okay, so I feel it. He had comments. He had comments on John Lewis talking about the resolution condemning Trump's tweets. And so people are going to drag Dinesh D'Souza. A felon lecturing a civil rights leader. That's rich. Hey, remind me again, what was the party of the governor that signed off on Nathan Bedford Forrest Day last week? Yeah, that was pretty fucking stupid in Tennessee. Signing off on a nation, whatever, Nathan Bedford Forrest Day, but whatever. All right, so Dinesh tweets and everyone hates, so go on. Not surprising. All right, last one. We're going to see what Chris Kobach, I can't remember who he is. Chris Cuomo, what would you do if the president said, I am a racist? Chris Kobach, then I would not defend him because there's no excuse for racism in America. Would you still support him as president? I don't know. That'd be a really tough question. Okay. Okay, so he was on Chris Cuomo. I'm surprised this is trending because who watches Chris Cuomo anymore? I mean, come on. CNN ratings are garbage. So anyway, it's tough. This whole, if you don't like the country, get the F out of here. I've heard that. And he, even in his tweet, I think he was trying to be careful somewhat by saying, if you're so smart, go back and fix this and then come back and tell us how you did it. You could take it as completely racist. I thought it was a stupid tweet anyway, because again, my whole motto in this whole thing, and this is, other than distracting from other things, which I'm sure that was part of the plan, but my whole motto on this is, if your opponent is punching themselves in the face, go stand in your corner or a neutral corner until they remember who they're supposed to be fighting. I will say that again and again and again, and that's the one problem that the president doesn't necessarily understand or can follow. Sometimes he's so busy reacting to people that he forgets that maybe they're punching themselves in the face. You don't need to react because everyone's going to see that they're punching themselves in the face and going to go, what the hell is that, right? All right, now I'm going to finish on a note that perhaps people have seen, but this one threw me for a loop. I'm sorry. I just could not believe this particular thing. And I'm sure some of you have already seen this, but this is a great way to finish today. This tweet, now let me just tell you, the person got dragged to hell. Oh, she updated 13 hours later. This has me going. Someone named down. Now remember, my rules on my channel, or at least my suggestions, is even though I feature people now and then, I implore you, don't go and harass these people. You can respond to them respectfully or whatever you do when you respond to people, but don't harass people who I talk about on my channel. This is a person with only about 500 followers, so she's already getting dogpiled by the whole world, but she deserves dogpiled. That's funny I use that term, because when you see what I'm showing you, you'll say, oh, dogpiled. Pun not intended. Here it comes. Just brace yourself. Unpopular opinion. White people love dogs so much because deep down, they miss owning slaves. They love the owner and master dynamic, desperate for something to control. It's almost like, wait, hold up. Now, first, let's break this down. White people love dogs so much because deep down they miss owning slaves. Hold up. How do you miss something you never did? I don't know a single person. I don't know a single person who owns slaves. I can't even tell you a single person who owns slaves. At least in the especially not in the United States. Maybe in Saudi Arabia or in wherever they're buying, whoever's buying and selling slaves in, what's that country? Libya. Okay. But not here. People own, you can't miss. They love the owner-master dynamic. First of all, now I laugh because I found this because your boy Pat said something. Did you compare past slaves to dogs? Wow. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. And then I was also thinking, though, wait a minute. Then Sophane, yeah, that's a pretty fucked up take. But I'm like, wait a minute, hold it, Sophane, my brother. You have dogs. Oh, shit, wait a minute. I have dogs, too. How the hell? And so, wait a minute. So when I read this, I was like, this is the dumbest thing. And she got dragged. But then 13 hours later, she goes, well, this got taken way out of context. I condemn slavery, period. Wait a minute. Now, first of all, who the hell? Now, this is a white woman, of course. I'm just confused. This got taken out of context. I condemn slavery. So now, not only was her tweet dumb, but was somebody dumb enough to think that she was condoning slavery with this tweet? So I just want to, I haven't looked past any of the comments on this other than the ones that some of my friends made. Okay. But I just want to we'll just go down through a few and then we're going to call it a day. All right. Oh, Asia has always had the most slavery and eat the most dogs. Yes, some people like dogs with mustard and relish, but I digress because it is National Hot Dog Day. Okay. But don't take that the wrong way. Okay, so this is a brother says, I love dogs. Yep. And then this one, I'll be honest, I do miss owning slaves, hoping someone buys me one for my next birthday when I turn 170 years old. That's funny. This one says, find a hobby. Actually miss having an early warning system for when people like you stumble around my yard in the middle of the night. If your brain was donated to science, science would return it. Yep. I don't see why this is unpopular. I actually treat my dog way better than my slaves. You're the dumbest person on the planet, but you sure better hope you're not the dumbest person on the planet, but you sure better hope he doesn't die. It's not popular. It's not unpopular if it was true. As a black man, I feel the need to be treated like a slave. That's why I own a cat. Thanks, Danielle, for saying what everyone else is afraid to say. Ignore the bullies. What? You can't be serious. Yeah, these are people just... Anyway, I thought that was funny, and that's how we're going to end today. Hey, by the way, you know what? Can I get an FTG for Danielle, though? Come on. Danielle, you got to be kidding me. She gets an FTG just for being a dumbass. All right? All right. So, hey, everybody. I got to call it quits today. But, hey, tomorrow, as you know, is FTG Thursday. Get your nominations in. You can put your nominations in right down here but you can send me a DM at Twitter at Dawg Knight, which is my Twitter handle. And if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Or you can email me. Just put that at on the other end, pdogknight@gmail.com. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT. Whatever GMT means, Greenwich Mean Time, for those of you who are in other parts of the country. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the share thing down there. You hit the like thing down there, and we also do donations and super chats through Streamlabs OBS, which is also in the link down below. Thanks for the people who've been doing that, and I do like to recognize the people who have been doing donations. I really appreciate that. That's how I was able to replace my webcam that we lost when we got our cars broken into, and it also is helping. It's the start of the other things that I'll be replacing. I'm going to replace my microphones. I'll be replacing my computer eventually. So thank you for all those people who've been helping out with that. That's been fantastic. Again, absolutely not obligatory. I'm here every day regardless, but it is so greatly appreciated. So you'll see those names in the outro. But I gotta go, people. It's been fun today. I love doing this. I hope you all had a fun today. And hope you had fun in the chat. I really appreciate you guys, but you know what? I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. But wait a minute. It seems something we just got started. Before you know it, comes the time to have to... What's that have to say so long? That's from the Carol Burnett Show, but that's not a thing. Actually, my name is Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and I want to thank you for joining me today on the Dawg Knight channel. Before you go, if you like what you saw and you're not already subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT. A special thanks to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through our Streamlabs link in the description below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.